day we had on Friday. Temperatures soared up into the 70s here in West Michigan. And we had some sunshine to boot 7 days in a row with partly to mostly sunny skies around here, kind of making up for all the clouds we had here during the wintertime. Let's take a look at some of the high temperatures that we had here Friday afternoon. Benton Harbor, 81 degrees. It was warmer in Benton Harbor than it was in Key West, Florida, Friday afternoon. Howland, that's at the airport, Three Rivers at 78, Kalamazoo and Battle Creek 77, Grand Rapids topped out at 76, as did Fremont and Ionia. And look at what was going on up to the north. The warm front gets through Traverse City, so Traverse City soars to 75 degrees with a south wind. Mackinac Island is on the cold side of the front. They have a strong east wind, and the temperature doesn't get past 37. That's a 38-degree difference between Traverse City and Mackinac Island with their high temperatures. And look at it, was warmer in West Michigan than it was in the Southwest. We had temperatures there only in the mid-upper 50s during the afternoon in Phoenix and only in the low 50s in Las Vegas. So that was indeed a rather chilly day for them. The brown color here indicates a wind advisory, and that covers all the counties in the Grand Rapids, what we call ADI, the demographic area here. This wind advisory down on the bottom, we've got winds possibly up as high as 50 to 55 miles an hour in gusts here. So beware of the fact it's going to be a very windy day. We got a lot of activities going on. Irish on, not Ionia, is going on. And I would assume that they, in the past, have put up some tents there. That would be pretty difficult to hang on to when temperatures, when the winds are that strong. So beware of the fact that it's going to be a windy day. Make sure the garbage can doesn't blow down the street, and all the toys are secure in the back and all that, so in the backyard. Hey, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Take a listen.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I want to thank our sponsors. I want to take a look at some of the severe weather that we've had off to our southwest here. Friday night, there was a roof blown all the way across Interstate 65 in Missouri. A tornado was reported to be going through St. Louis. Peak wind gusts from thunderstorms included a 78-mile-an-hour gust at Tacoma, Nebraska, 74 miles an hour at the capital city of Missouri, and 72 miles an hour at Pleasant Hill, Iowa. And I counted at least 8 semis that were blown over on interstate highway systems because of the very strong winds that have been occurring. And those strong winds move into our area here. First of all, the severe weather outlook area for today. This is for later on today. We have a marginal risk to the east of a line from about Benton Harbor to Grand Rapids to up around Escoda or thereabouts. It's only a marginal risk. That's just level 1. The real action occurs down to the south, and there's only about 3 or 4 days a year that warrant a high risk. You can see that in that kind of purplish color there, high risk across parts of Mississippi and Alabama in particular. So, Michelle, be careful today. It's going to be an interesting day. We expect supercell thunderstorms to develop. The possibility of strong tornadoes and long track tornadoes exists here. Now, we didn't have a ton of activity here Friday afternoon, but activity kind of ramped up a little bit here during the night, and we expect a fair number of severe weather reports. In fact, I would not be surprised to see literally hundreds of severe weather reports in that area here later on today. And again, the slight risk is in yellow. That is the case here on Sunday. We got the slight risk going from the Gulf of Mexico on all the way up to New Jersey and southeast Pennsylvania. That'll all be east of us on Sunday. Though Sunday it'll be mighty cold and breezy here in West Michigan. So let's take a look at what's ahead here for us. Our headlines: windy today. Wind gusts could be up around 55 miles an hour here this afternoon, so hang on to your hat. We'll be seeing much colder air move in on Sunday, while temperatures will be well up into the 60s here today. This Saturday, we'll be seeing readings fall back into the 30s, mid to upper 30s during the afternoon on Sunday. So a very chilly end of the weekend here, with the possibility of a few snowflakes as well. That clears out. We should have a pretty nice day for St. Patrick's Day. The winds won't be quite as strong. Sunshine will be back. Temperatures here will be in the low 50s during the afternoon, maybe a touch cooler near the lake. Another storm system to follow for Wednesday and Thursday. So beware of the fact that we're kind of in a storm track, and about every third or fourth day here, things could get on the interesting side. Now let's talk snowfall. There's a band of snow with the storm that's going to start around Sioux Falls, South Dakota, eastern South Dakota, move up through Minnesota. Those dots of yellow indicate about 6 inches of snow there. But again, that's not coming here. We do have a little bit of light blue around West Michigan here, and that's for a dusting of snow that may fall for later Sunday. But keep in mind, temperature will be a little bit above the freezing mark, so that should melt right away once it hits the ground. Again, the big action is out west. I pulled up one site right here, Santlam Pass, Oregon. They're expecting 51 inches of snow. In fact, there was one spot on top of a mountain that was forecast to get 90 inches of snow. I can imagine what that might be like. But you can see that line where the highest mountains are through Washington State, through the Oregon Cascades, and down into California, where they are just expecting copious amounts of snow and some real travel problems expected there. This is what we expect here for today, 68 degrees. Windy will be the big word for the day. We should see a little bit of sun poking through from time to time, and all of the time it will not be raining. Can't rule out a shower, but again, those would be kind of few and far between. Humidity drops to 55%. Wind south to southwest, a steady 20 to 30 miles an hour, with gusts of 45 to 50 certainly possible. Now, here's high temperatures for this Saturday. We're still in the warm air. You can see that yellow color in lower Michigan, but the cooler air off to the west of us will start to move in. As we take a look at Sunday, look at all the blue that develops here. It's going to be chilly here with temperatures, like I said, only around 35 to 40 here comes Sunday afternoon. And then a better day coming up here for Monday. We get that green color back, which is so appropriate for St. Patrick's Day. Temperatures here should be back up above 50 here during the afternoon. So a real roller coaster of a ride over the next several days. We're looking for temperatures to be in the upper 60s today, low 40s, much colder on Sunday, back up into the low 50s Monday, low 60s on Tuesday. We get rain on Wednesday of next week. So Monday and Tuesday look pretty good, but Wednesday we start to get breezy and showery here once again. So there's a little bit of something for everybody there. Keep in mind that, like I said, the strong winds will be the big story here for this Saturday.
There I am. Hello.
I wondered where you went.
Recording from upstairs tonight. I'm sorry about my lighting. I know it's bad. I need to get one of those ring lights that you have.
Yeah, it kind of makes my hair look kind of shiny and white, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, okay. So much going on to talk about tonight. Let's start with sports.
Sounds good.
Michigan State and the Big Ten tournament. They won their game against the Oregon Ducks. They play today, March 15, versus Wisconsin.
Yes.
Who are you cheering for, Dad?
My alma mater, Wisconsin. Wow. I think Michigan State will win that game, by the way.
But
Michigan
you never know. That's why we play the game.
Well, Wisconsin's got a good team. I mean, when I was there, Wisconsin didn't have good teams in general. We won hockey a little bit, and the women's crew team was pretty good. But it's fun to see them at least be competitive now.
So they've got a lot of promise for this tournament and for the NCAA tournament. So that's exciting. Michigan is still in it too. They defeated Purdue. The game was going on as I was typing this up. So I just double checked, and that is true. They won 86-68. So they won and a palindrome.
Yeah, how about that?
Yes, 86-68. when it's the same backwards and forwards. So very
Right.
exciting for them for two reasons.
Like
So
the
they're
words
still in it
radar
too.
and level. And the biggest palindrome I know is a man, a plan, a canal, Panama.
Yeah,
How's
very
that?
good. Yeah, always fun. So then Michigan will play Maryland.
Yeah,
So
and
we'll see who.
I think they win that game.
Yeah, we'll see who meets in the finals.
A really good year for both Michigan and Michigan State. They can be proud of their men's basketball teams.
Yeah, and also really good years. Grand Valley women's basketball, they're through the first round of their NCAA tournament, defeating Quincy 108-72, and they will play again on the 15th against Wayne State.
Yeah, and they have an awesome team as well.
Yep,
Yeah,
for sure.
I watched the highlights. Jack Doles just had those on TV here, and they look really good.
So then how is men's basketball doing? Grand Valley's men's basketball team did not qualify for the NCAA men's tournament. Ferris State did. They play March 15 versus Missouri St. Louis in Springfield in the D2 Midwest Region quarterfinal. So good luck to them.
And it's interesting because Springfield is in the high risk area for severe thunderstorms here overnight and into early Saturday morning. So hopefully that clears out for their game, but something to keep an eye on.
All right, high school MHSAA boys playoffs finals are the 15th. Lots going on today, the 15th. Division 1, East Lansing versus Wayne Memorial. There's Division 2, Warren Lincoln knocked off Grand Rapids Catholic Central in the semifinals, and Tri-Unity is in it in Division 4.
Sounds good.
So
By the
will
way,
be
I watched a
exciting.
few of the highlights from that Catholic Central game, and they had a good year. They've got a decent team there, and they will be back too. They've got some players that will be returning for next year, so they should be solid next year too.
And girls, we did not forget you. Your quarterfinals are on March 18, and then the semifinals and finals to follow after that.
It's March Madness.
Yep, and teams still in it. Lots of West Michigan teams still in it. Rockford versus Grand Haven, West Catholic and South Christian, Calvin Christian, where I went to 9th grade, and Byron Center Zion Christian are all still in the girls' tournament.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun.
Okay, so for today's episode of Closed Suddenly, it is a wild time to be alive. That's all I can say. So today it is Eastern Transportation Company in Walker, Michigan, reportedly closing its doors. However, I did check, and their website and their Facebook page, as of this recording, are still up and don't say anything about it. The company has been in business for 51 years. And according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, I looked up their crash record, 12 in the two, that should say years, not months, 12 in the 2 years leading up to March 13, including 2 fatalities. So not sure what happened with them. There were lots of Facebook comments that were not positive, but we can't verify them, so we can't repeat them. So there's that. And also closed suddenly, TGI Fridays, the Alpine Avenue location is believed to have closed. They filed, so the corporate company, TGI Fridays, filed for bankruptcy in 2024. And they had some locations that were corporate owned, some that were franchises. They filed for Chapter 11, which allows them to keep going while restructuring some of their debt. And as part of that, they sold some corporate locations. Not sure exactly what was happening with this one, but it's another Grand Rapids business lost to time. Didn't there used to be a TGI Fridays in the Bob?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, and I've been there several times there in the Bob. Also, I might want to mention that there's a lot of competition for food and the eateries on Alpine Avenue. There, you've got Applebee's, you've got
our spot is the Applebee's. If you're watching us and you work there, we'll see you next time I'm in town.
There was a picture. If the Alpine, I haven't been in the Alpine location in a little while, but used to have a picture of your mother in there as a clown. So that was kind of interesting. My wife does some clowning, and they had a picture of her in there. But I had good experiences in all 3 of those restaurants. But I know that a lot of restaurants, they're a little hurting for business right now, and I would suspect that there'll probably be a few more eateries that may be teetering on the bank of bankruptcy or going out here the rest of this year. All
right, your photos. Okay, so the eclipse. The time I got off work last night was pretty good. I got to see the eclipse at a good time, and it was really cool. Dad, did you see the eclipse at all?
I did. I stayed up and I walked out at about 2:50,
Of
and
course you did.
yeah, 2:58 was the peak. And I went out, and it was interesting how quiet it was outside. I mean, normally our road is pretty busy here during the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, anymore, even at
Nobody.
all hours. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the moon was up there looking pretty. It was indeed that reddish color there, and looking good. And of course, the next one doesn't come until what, 2029. So
Yeah. So in this one, you can see a little tiny moon. I tried to take pictures and none of them were good pictures at all.
yeah, I couldn't get one with the cell phone.
But Herb here did a much better job than I did. So you can see a tiny little eclipse. This is the Frauenthal Theater. So very cool.
Herb, thank you so much for sending that along to us here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and another one from him. This is the Hackley Administration Building in Muskegon. And I tried to look up what's going on with this now, and the closest that I could find is that it might be undergoing renovations to become a hotel, but I can't quite tell what the current status is. But cool building.
Yes, it would. That would be a cool hotel, depending
Yeah.
on how the inside, how they can redo that to fit the theme.
Yeah, and a good picture of the moon up there too.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
I got a picture of the Muskegon Channel. I didn't put that in the show tonight, but there was a boat out there today.
Nice.
Yeah, so I said that's that. We're getting toward that season.
Yeah.
It was out there amongst the ice flows that were going by. Okay.
So here is your quiz question for the day.
Okay.
Caesar salad, because we're talking about the Ides of March and Julius Caesar. Caesar
right,
salad
March
was
15th.
named after Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar, or Caesar Cardini.
Or could it be Sid Caesar, the comedian? I don't know.
It might be. I should have included that as an option. I'm making it too easy.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I really don't know. Let's rule out Caesar Augustus, and let's go with Cardini.
Correct. So
Okay.
people think it was named after Julius Caesar, but it wasn't. It was named after an Italian immigrant to Mexico, and he was a chef, and one day they were short on ingredients, so he whipped it together and everyone loved it, and it became Caesar salad. And I actually found an image that's in the public domain that we could use of him with his salad.
Neat.
Yes.
The Italians
Long
are
story
responsible
short.
for so much good food that we eat here, from pizza to pasta. They really have contributed a lot to our well-being.
I was researching the Ides of March, which led me to Julius Caesar, which got me wondering about Caesar salad. So again, this is my Google search history that I share with all of you.
Well, I made a good guess.
Okay, so
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day is Monday, the 17th, but all the fun is this weekend. So starting with the St. Patrick's Day parade on Saturday at 11 a.m., starting on Monroe downtown and heading to Veterans Memorial Park.
Yeah, I think that goes down Monroe Center, to tell you the truth, past the Rosa Parks Circle there and the Art Museum and on down. But that's always a fun time.
Yeah.
And I
And
mentioned we
there's
got
other stuff going
Irish Not on Ionia going on too.
Yes, it's Irish off Ionia. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it correct. There's a 5K at East Grand Rapids High School. There's the street festival. There's a couple of bar crawls and foodie classes. ExperienceGR.com has a more exhaustive list.
Neat.
Yeah, so find something fun to do. I'm sure we'll talk more about St. Patrick and that holiday. Honoring the Irish saint, St. Patrick, and Irish culture is Monday, March 17th.
That sounds good. Yeah, and it should be a good day weather-wise for anybody that's outdoors on St. Patrick's Day.
So let's see what else. Thank you so much to our sponsors for supporting us and helping us get this going. We're so thankful to have your support. The links to how you can reach those sponsors and support us by supporting them, we'll have those in the comments. And then also we do have a soft launch on our merch store. So if you want to go to billsteffen.com and I think it's shop our merchandise, I put it on the main page. You can check that out. And if you're one of the 10 people that watches to the end of this broadcast, you're the first to know. So that's there and live, and you can shop our designs with our thanks.
And my package just came with my shirt, which I'll have to use at some point in time. Basement's the man cave here is a little bit on the cool side here in the wintertime, but I've been wearing the flannel shirts.
Yeah,
But,
I haven't seen it. I sent you a different one than I got for myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good. It does. Mom has kind of confiscated it. Tell you the truth. So
Well, that's kind of fun. And I have an update on Bill and I and several other people in our family are working on applying for citizenship of Luxembourg. The family ties are close enough and the laws are written in a way that we have a way that we can claim dual citizenship. And I actually have an update for you. We made a little bit of progress on that. So I thought I'd save that for another night because this is already a long show. And I'm probably going to have a long time sitting at the airport tomorrow waiting out the storm.
Right. I should mention that both of my grandparents on my father's side were born in Luxembourg, one in the town of Bissen and one in the town of Vichten. So that's where my Luxembourg heritage comes
Which
from.
were very close by. They were like the towns next to each other, but they met in Chicago.
And they met in Chicago when both of their families had immigrated back in the 1890s.
And there's a law that you have, if you have an uninterrupted line that you can trace to Luxembourg in a certain time period, then you can apply for dual citizenship, and that applies to us.
Sounds
good. There's quite a paper trail to gather. You've got to prove it. So that's what we're in the process of doing. So
right, birth certificates and all that. We had to go get copies of that. So wedding and all that.
Yeah, exciting
Sounds
stuff.
good.
So tomorrow is the sport. It's the storm of the year coming to Alabama.
Well, we hope it's not coming to Birmingham, but it's gonna be an interesting day. That's for sure.
Well,
Just make sure that whenever you have a tornado situation like that you have a safe place to go. And if you're going to be on the road, make sure that you know where you're at. One of the problems we have when people travel is that people don't know what county they're in. The Weather Service issues a tornado warning for Jackson County, and who knows where Jackson County is because you're scooting down Interstate 65, and you don't know every county that you go into.
Well, I can't think of a safer place to be than my little office at work with no windows.
Yep.
It just definitely does not face the outside world. So I've got a safe place I can be. I'm just going to take some extra food. I went to Aldi and I got some extra bean salad. So I'm just going to ride it out with my Aldi bean salad.
Sounds good. Stay safe.
All right. Good night,
All right.
West Michigan.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.